video clip. So these are some of the countries that they have done missions in, so this will give you an idea of where they're reaching and where they're reaching out.
Typically, traffickers go into the village and promise an opportunity of work. She arrives in a border town, but conveniently someone shows up and says, well, hey, I can take care of you. Come stay with us for a couple days. They tell her, you owe us money for the days you've stayed here. This is the kind of work you have to do. Fortunately for this one particular girl, when we went undercover in this brothel, it was her first night. As undercovers went in there and were able to rescue her. We definitely risked our lives, and to the point where we were in fear that the police would probably kill us somewhere in this remote part of this village. And the fact that we carried her in our arms across the border and would not let her out of our sight.
We are just getting to find the right partners. We've done small operations in these countries. It's important to go slowly so that we make sure that we have the right partners. These are other nonprofits, other NGOs, to make sure we've connected.
We were told today by some of the law enforcement partners that we have that without the impetus of OUR, without Tim and his team really pushing for this to happen, making the contacts, setting up this thing, there isn't a lot of political will or ambition or resources from the local law enforcement, and it wouldn't have happened. Everybody involved should feel proud of the work they're doing.
Our ultimate goal is to eradicate trafficking. The way we're going to do this is by being present physically, having offices in every country, every city on earth. That's going to take some time, but we are on that path.
Okay, go to the next slide. Thanks. So they are on a mission to rescue 2 million children. So one of the things that I love is their mission statement. And today, they've been in operation for 2 years, and today they have rescued 529 children, and they've arrested 182 perpetrators. And I love their mission. It says, our promise to the children who we pray for daily, we say, your long night is coming to an end. Hold on, and we are on our way. And to those captors and perpetrators, and even you monsters who dare offend God, God's precious children, we declare to you, be afraid, we are coming for you. I'm going to say that one more time. And to those captors and perpetrators, even you monsters who dare to offend God's precious children, we declare to you, be afraid, we are coming for you. And I agree that there is a movement that is happening. I feel it, I see it, and we are coming. And as mothers and as women, we need to come for our children, all children, and that is our responsibility as the mothers and the women of this world. So, how can we be defenders? Become a defender. Build confidence in children. Honor their agency. Show them that it's okay to say no. It's okay to disagree with an adult and to have those conversations and that healthy dialogue to teach them to stand up for themselves and to have a voice. We need to speak up. We need to speak up when things are not okay. When we see young boys looking at pornography, we need to say, that's not appropriate. That's wrong. That's not okay. Don't violate women that way. We need to say something. We can't just laugh it off and say, oh, it's not hurting anyone. They're just young boys. We need to say something to our young men as well. We need to educate. We need to educate adults on all of the signs that we need to look for and how we need to teach and how we need to protect children from a very young age, and teaching our young boys to respect women in all forms, from media to how we interact to how we open the door for them and show them respect. And that comes from the mothers. We raise children. We need to teach that and instill that in our youth. We need to have an open dialogue about pornography. It's not if they'll actually view pornography, it's when they will view pornography. Our children will see pornography. So we need to talk about that. We need to talk about how those images can't be erased from our minds, that they need to honor their soul that's within them, and that they need to not allow those images into their mind so that they can respect themselves as well as respecting women, because they honor themselves. And so we need to teach that to our children and have open dialogue. We need to report abuse. We can't look the other way. We need to actually do something, and we need to say something, and we need to speak up. We need to give love and be compassionate for women who have actually been survivors, or women that even choose to have a profession in prostitution. We need to actually just honor them and love them. We don't know their circumstance. We don't know where they came from. We can't judge them. We just need to love them, and we need to be mothers of the motherless. I'm a motherless woman. I needed a mother. We need to be mothers for those other women that don't have mothers. And so for women that are struggling with some of those things, you need to have them be your friend. You need to show compassion. You need to show love and not judge them. But you need to honor them and treat them with respect. That's probably one of the best things that you can do, is treat them with respect and honor them as a person and a human being. And we need to find the one. It matters to the one. If we're prayerful, if we're thoughtful, and we think about those that are surround us and people in our community, we will find the one, and we can impact the one. And we need to use our resources. There are many resources that I've shown you in this video today, and I keep standing in the way, but defendinnocence.org, that's an organization that's tied in with the Unique Foundation. The Unique Foundation, they have a 4-day retreat that they actually support women that were abused as women or children. And as long as you can get there to their facility, they will pay for the entire retreat and talk to them about different resources that they can use in their own communities for healing. And they are a wonderful organization. We can do things like, there's a song that I'm going to share with you called Lullaby that's done by One Voice, that you download that and you can actually contribute to the prevention of sex trafficking. You can host an event and you can actually show this movie, this documentary of the abolitionists, and educate others in your community and in your country about resources. You can get involved with not just an organization like Our Rescue, which I shared with you today, but you can look at organizations within your own area and how you can help them and support them. And if you need any additional information about other resources that maybe I've shared with you today or that I may have access to, you're welcome to go ahead and reach out. And I will put this back up at the end of my presentation. And I just want to share one last video with you and close this presentation and open up for questions. But I do believe that we can make a difference and that our experiences are not for naught. And so I'd like to leave this with you. Okay, thank you. And I'm happy to answer any questions. We're at 1 o'clock and we're out of time, but I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. And thank you for taking time out of all the different sessions that you could participate in to come and talk about this topic. Yeah, Kim. Yes, please.
It is really very interesting to have. I was late coming here, but I saw